Status trumps everything. This is the hierarchy. Money, swagger, status. You could have two guys. One earns 50 grand for the year and one earns 120 grand for the year. They're exactly the same. But the one that earns 120 grand for the year will seem to be more desirable than the one that earns 50 grand for the year. That's an easy one. But if the guy who earns 50 grand for the year has swagger, but the one who earns 120 grand for the year doesn't have any swagger, he has no swag, he doesn't know how to dress, he doesn't know how to carry himself properly, he will always be looked at as least desirable. Because to have swag doesn't mean, you know, you just wear Prada jeans and Versace jackets. Having swag is about how you walk, how you talk, how you carry yourself. Women will always see a guy that has swagger as more desirable than a guy that has no swag. I know girls that don't have swag and they talk about, I need a guy with swag. Like, I don't know, that's just one of those things. Women like a guy who can dress well and carry himself well because it's attractive to women. Now, the swag will always override money, because you could have a guy like Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg earns more money than Drake. But look at Mark Zuckerberg's wife. If you don't know who Mark Zuckerberg's wife is, just Google her. Now, no disrespect to her, you know, she's probably a lovely person, but she's not desirable. And men, as men, we like to go for the best looking women. You know, if we've got a bunch of women in our like that we could pick from, and they're all like 9s and 10s, why are we gonna go for a 5 or 4? It doesn't make any sense. So he's probably got the highest status woman, or the highest, like the best looking woman for his SMV, sexual market value. Because he has no swagger, he has a low sexual market value. Someone like Drake, no homo, has a high sexual market value. So because he has less, although he has less money than Mark Zuckerberg, he is ranked way higher on the totem pole. Honestly, can you honestly think, right? Can you honestly think that Mark Zuckerberg will be able to pull a girl like Cubana Lust? No, because he has no status. Status trumps everything. No matter how much money you have, no matter how good looking you are, if you don't have a status, there will be some women that you will never ever be able to obtain. And it's just unfortunate. Why do you think back in school, women always went out with the bad boys? When I was in school, or boys with a name, I had a name in school, and a lot of girls used to fancy me. And when I was younger, I didn't really think much of it. I just thought they thought I was cute. But now I'm older, I look back, I'm thinking, no, it wasn't because they thought I was good looking. They thought it was because I had a name in school, because I was a popular guy. Although I wasn't friends with everyone, but everyone knew me. In my year group, everybody knew me because I used to sell crisps and drinks. But that's probably not why, because I was a charismatic person. But everyone knew me in my year. And to be a top person in your year at school, you need to be recognized by the people who are the year above you. So the top people in the year above you need to know you, and the top people in the year below you need to know you. If the top people in the year above you and year below you don't know you, then you're probably not a top person. You may just be quite popular amongst your year, but definitely you will have a name. And having a name in school and having a name on the street does pay dividends sometimes. Now, if you have a name in the street, it's never going to be for a good reason, but sometimes it can pay dividends. Because I have a younger brother, and he's 6 years below me. So we went to the same secondary school, but we were never in the same school at the same time because we're too far apart in ages. And I said to him, you know, when you were in school, did you ever used to get beaten up by the year above? Now, I went to a rough school. It's a type of school where, like, you know, you could achieve if you wanted to, and if you wanted to go down the wrong route, there was the facilities there as well. And so the year above us used to always beat us up and toughen us up, but it weren't like bullying, but they used to just like rough us up. We used to fight back sometimes. And I said to him, oh, you know, did you used to get beaten up by the year above? And he said, well, the people in his year used to get beaten up by the year above, but he didn't. And I said, oh, why? Is it because you was cool with everyone? And he was like, no. And he said, I was like, why? And he said, because I had an older brother. I don't know any of these people. I could walk past them in the street today and not know who they are. But they heard that he had an older brother. Now, I don't know if they heard I was someone in school or on the road, but they heard he had an older brother. So therefore, it kind of gave him that like social protection. And that's why women like to go out with like the top of tops men who have status, because they feel like they are socially accepted. They feel like they are safe. They feel like, you know, maybe like nothing will happen to them because they are socially accepted by, you know, the people in that environment. So that's why women always like to go out with bad boys and go out with the top of tops men. No woman in her right mind would ever pick someone like Mark Zuckerberg over Drake. I couldn't see it happening. No. Women, it's their primeval instinct to go out with the highest ranking male, which they will call the alpha male. So if you want to get the best looking women, you're going to have to up your status. No matter how much money you have and how nice you are as a person, there will always be women outside of your scope that you can never ever get. I don't care if you're a banker earning 200 grand for the year. If you don't have swagger and you don't have status, you will never ever be able to get certain types of women. If you like the video, subscribe. If you don't like the video, change your station.